Believe it or not, I don't just love to hear myself talk. The reason I'm making these videos is I'm getting into using S-Log 3 specifically. If you can put yourself in a mental time machine and go back to last spring, if you've been with me that long, you'll know that that was something I was getting into. And I'd like to get back into it specifically for interview lighting setups. This is a really rough one, but it's not even really about like the lighting setup. It's about the exposure on a subject's face, on skin tone, on my beautiful face here. I need more practice with that because if I'm going to use it in a setting where, there's money on the line, I can't screw that up because S-Log is one of these things where it can either look beautiful or completely unusable. And half of the time you don't know about it until you've already shot it and you have it in your editing software because of the way that S-Log looks in camera. It's a completely flat picture profile, so everything looks really gray. So you have to completely relearn how to look at exposure. And there are LUTs, for those of you who might be yelling at your screen right now. Yes, there are LUTs that you can plug in to your monitor, and yes, you can use the histogram, but it's still risky. So I'm just trying to get better at identifying that type of exposure on skin tones, on lighting setups, without having to do that. So that when I do have the opportunity, when I do start using LUTs plugins on the monitor, I'm just that much more equipped to do it correctly. So anyways, that's why yesterday and today, just reworking it. I have a light here that I'm using that has a cone, so it's got a harder fall off, which is not really even a great example here, if I can see correctly on my monitor. Since I have you, for those of you who care to know, the marathon obviously ended on a very dramatic ending. I feel completely fine about all of it now. Obviously, I'm looking forward. I have another marathon in 2 months, 6 weeks to be exact, that I am planning to sign up for. I haven't signed up for it yet, and I'll tell you why. Because I'm still sort of in the recovery process. I'm still sort of testing to make sure I can run. This week, I did some kind of active recovery runs, just testing the waters. So far, I feel great, but I have a training block, a small 6-week training block that kicks into gear next week, and the mileage starts to ramp back up. I have until May 1 to commit to that marathon, so I'm just going to wait till May 1 because I don't want to commit to it and find out that I have some kind of long-term injury that I'm dealing with. I don't want to lose out on the money if I sign up, but it's going to be the M&T Bank Vermont City Marathon, which I never even heard of this marathon my whole life, but it is the second largest in New England, only to the Boston Marathon. I believe it has 5,000 runners, 20,000 spectators, and 8,000 volunteers is what they say on their website. It looks like it's a mostly flat course, and it's 2 loops of a 13.1. So not dissimilar to what the Treat Marathon was, but it looks like just a more fun, and it's going to be a better time of year. It's probably going to be hot. It looks like if I look at the predicted weather for that time, it's going to be pretty close to 80 degrees. So it's going to be a hot marathon. Luckily, it does start pretty early in the morning. All the hotels are booked in the area. So I'm looking at some options. Well, my brother and his wife actually live in Williston. So possibility I'll stay with them. I'm also kind of just toying with the idea of sleeping in my car. I know that makes people cringe, the day before a race, but I have a hatchback. The seats lay down. It's a complete bed. I don't know. I don't think it's that crazy. People camp before, doing ultras and stuff all the time. So that part of it doesn't really bother me. But I'm just going to do, drive up, do the marathon, drive back with an overnight stay, maybe 2 overnight stays, most likely. So anyways, that's where the running sits right now. Like I said, I feel good. I did a couple test runs, and as far as the test runs go, it's hard to know what's injury and what's just cricks and cracks from doing 19 miles at race pace, because that is just going to blow out your legs regardless of an injury or not. But otherwise, I feel like I'm fine. So that was a fluke deal. There's nothing I can really do to try to prevent it if it doesn't rear its ugly head anytime within the next 6 weeks. It's a possibility it just replicates itself on race day, or it's a possibility that it was just some weird X Factor fluke. But this next week, 6 weeks, definitely focusing on more of a recovery mindset and less of a training mindset. I think I'm not going to try to do the 9-minute pace. I think I'm going to shoot for more of like a 9:30 to a 10. Just get that 4 sub 30 finish time, which was the original goal before I got all cocky and worked up about trying to do a sub 4. So right now my goal is I just want to finish a marathon and feel strong and happy about it. And maybe we'll save the sub 4 for another day. But right now I just want to focus on not failing again and completing. And I would be very happy with a 420, 425, anything under 430. I'd be totally happy because, again, my first marathon was a 4:59, so I pretty much did it in 5 hours. So I'd still be shaving 30 minutes off of that time, which is something to be proud of. So there's going to be more running content coming up. After that, I am still planning to do an ultra marathon, but we'll get into all that later. Right now, we're just focusing on completing the marathon. So anyways, here's the lighting setup, and there might be one of these tomorrow. We have Monster Jam this weekend. Pretty excited for that, except it's going to rain, and it's at Gillette Stadium. It's going to be outdoors, so should be some adventure type content with that. We're going to stay overnight, so yeah, keep an eye out for that. Otherwise, see you in the next one.